Hello friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel and I hope you're having a great weekend. This is Sherry and I'm here with a little update on the sewing journal I'm working on. So I'm going to give you an update and then we're going to work on a couple of pieces of ephemera or journal cards for this journal. So I did add a couple of things to the cover since I last saw you. You saw pretty much all of it except for I added some rickrack here, this light blue rickrack, and a couple of those little 1-inch yo-yos that I showed you in one of my Thrifty Thursdays right there. This is not a flip through, but it's kind of, if I'm going to update you, I kind of have to show you a few things. So yeah, I just did a little decorating here and there, you know, decorated the pockets and added some trims here. Let's see, let's go. I added a lot of pages. I added all the pages I'm going to add. So all the pages are in. I've got some of these type of eyelet trims on the pages. I've got a couple of fabric tabs and fabric pockets and they're decorated. I'm not done decorating, but just I'm not going to do a flip through, but this is a belly band here, and this is a, you know, a rickrack little wrap, you know, the little paper wrapping that goes around rickrack. That's what this is. I backed it with cardstock and it says, even says baby rickrack right there. I thought that was so cool. So yeah, I just used lots of pretty papers and some writing papers. Here's a little card that I just brought home on my Thrifty Thursday. Put that there. Like I said, I'm still decorating. Here's a little bag I added with some sewing type decoration. But I'm kind of just keeping in mind it's a sewing, and I've got sewing things in here. There's going to be lots of sewing things. But there's also just going to be some pretty things in here. Here's that bag. The other side, I've decorated each cover with a little something, each cover of each signature. So like I don't want to show you every single thing right now, but just, you know, because I'm going to do a flip through later, but just to show you that I've been working on it a little bit yesterday, or actually quite a bit yesterday. I'm decorating here on this little pocket, which is a side pocket. Let me show you real quick. This is the back, covering the back pocket here. So this is going to be, tuck spot or whatever, pocket, side pocket. So that's where I'm at. I have not sewn in the signatures yet. I just want to make sure I'm done with my sewing. But here's a little side view so you can see all the fluffy, pretty eyelet trim. I put 2 trims in each signature, and there are 2 different trims in each signature. They're both eyelet, but this one's actually a little whiter, the color, than this one. This one's a little bit more ecru color, and this one's a little actually wider, W-I-D-E-R. And this one's not as wide as that one, but I didn't want to use the same, you know, I didn't want to really use the same trim throughout the whole thing. I wanted to use 2 different trims, so that's how I did it. And it just feels really good here on your hands, all that little fluffy trim. And it doesn't stick out really or anything. It's just kind of, you can see a little bit there, like from the front there, you can see a little bit, but then when you turn it, you see all the pretty trims. But today, like I said, I'm here. I want to do an update, so that's my update. Quick and short and sweet there, but I want to do a couple of journaling cards, and so I think I was about to do these, and I thought, well, I go ahead and do this on camera with my update today. So I pulled out this card stock that I want to use as a base because I want to put a base on these 2 pieces, which I'm going to show you, because I want to add strength and decoration. So this is a pink piece of cardstock, and there's a little bit of a design in it. Let me hold it up close so you can see the design there. Hopefully you can see that it has a design on it. It's not just pink. And so what I'm putting on here is I've got 2 things, and I think I have everything organized. So it was the back of the pattern that I used. I think this is the one I used on the front of the cover. Yeah, there's the little dresses there, I believe. And I liked this pink right here, this little pink spot on this pattern. I liked that it was like this, and I liked that I could just cut it in half, and it looked good as 2 pieces cut in half. And here's the little ruler on this one, so that's still on there. And I glued all, if there was any kind of like this was a little loose, I glued it down to, you know, like maybe how it originally was. I'm not sure if it originally was glued down, but I did glue it down to make sure it's all together. So now I'm going to glue it down onto this paper to give it strength. And then there will be writing space on the back of these 2 journaling cards. And we'll have some ephemera for our journal. Just want to put a little bit more under there. Okay, so that was, my goal was to smooth all of this down here. This little ruler that they have sometimes on the back of patterns. So I think it's all down. Okay, so I'm going to glue these down here, and then I'm going to cut them out. Leave a little. I think I'm going to leave a little bit of room. I mean, that's why I'm using pretty paper, to leave a little bit of room around it, like a border or a frame. So let's go ahead and glue these down. I'm going to try to finish them during this video, and I don't know if I'm doing sewing on these or not yet. I'm going to kind of play it by ear and see if I want to do any sewing, or am I just going to glue everything down. We'll see how it goes. So just using this, just using my art glitter glue on these paper to paper. And so let me move this up a little bit so I have a hard surface here under my glue. I can smooth this down. So I'm going to leave a little frame, like I said. Not too much, but enough. And get it on there straight as possible. I don't know if this is straight, so it's kind of hard to get it on there straight. I mean, it is straight to a certain extent, but up here, I don't know. It's a little, I don't know if it's totally straight. So, okay, now this one. So we're doing two separate journaling cards. These are good size, pretty good size, but I think I'm going to put them probably in that paper bag, if you saw that as we kind of flip through a little bit there on the update. So let me just make sure I've got some in my corners. Yeah, been having fun with this journal yesterday and today. This morning I worked on it. Yesterday I worked on it. And so making progress, but I feel like I have a long way to go. I feel like I have a long way to go. I always think that though, and then all of a sudden I say, it's done. All of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's done. I just work on it until I think it's done, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to cut these out, and then we're going to decorate these. However, we're going to decorate them. So let me see. I don't want to waste paper, so I'm trying to cut this right the first time, but it should be right. Okay. Now this one I need to cut a little piece off over here. Trying to get about the same size border all the way around. And then right here in the middle. Looks about right. Might have to trim a little bit more. Oh yeah, I have to trim definitely more on this one. This is too wide. Okay. And then this one. This is a little bit, let's see. I think this is a little bit wider than this one too. Like a sliver wider. I'll take a sliver off over here. And a sliver. There we go. That should be good. I'm going to leave it at that. And I think I'm going to go ahead and round the corners, because I don't like those squared off corners right now. So I'll start by rounding the corners. I'm watching my younger son's dog, all of his pets this weekend, but the cats can stay down at his house. They don't need to come down here. He lives down the street from me. But I brought his dog down today, Jazzy, that we watched for a while he was deciding where he was going to live. And so I just brought her down to keep her company today. And she's, if you hear her, I tried to get her to lay down in here, and she won't lay down in here. She was laying down in here, and then when I got ready to do the video, of course, she decides to roam around and make noise. So I thought, well, I can't have that during the video. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to close my door. So if you hear anything, it's her. She was whimpering, and I took her out to go potty. She's got food and water. She's good. I don't know why she's whimpering. She was fine, like I said a few minutes ago, laying down here beside me, perfectly fine. I thought she had to go potty because she was wandering around, but she didn't. I took her out and she didn't. So I don't know. Maybe she just wants her master. He's going to be home later, so she'll have her master soon enough. But for now, we're keeping her company. Okay, so here they are. That looks good with the rounded corners, a lot better. So here's the plan for this one here. Let's see. This one here is the lady. I'm going to put her on here, kind of right in the middle there. And I want to put this rickrack on the bottom. Let's see. I think I'm going to put it. Oh, I didn't know if it would fit all. It will fit all the way across, pretty much. So I guess I'll go ahead and glue that down. I wasn't sure. I think I'm going to put her down first because her legs crossed the other ladies on this particular pattern. Her legs crossed, or something crossed over, so I couldn't keep her feet, her shoes. So I had to cut her off right here. So I thought maybe I still wanted to use her, so I fussy cut her out, and I thought I would just cover up, do it like that, and you don't really even notice that her legs are partly cut off, right? So I think that'll be good. Little rickrack and her in the middle. So I just need to make sure where I'm putting her. So I'm gonna leave this on here. Let's see, let me see what's on here. I'm just trying to see what it says. Oh, it actually has the copyright here. So I think I'll leave that so you can see whoever gets this, ends up with this journal. I think it says 1970, what does it say? 3 or 9. Anyway, it's 1970, so I'm going to put it right above that. So about right there. So I want to glue her down so her legs are underneath the rickrack there. Details, right? So yeah, I just had 3 ladies that I cut out of this pattern, and one I can cut out completely because she was in the middle and she was standing out by herself. But then the other 2 had crisscross pieces, so I couldn't cut out just a little bit of them. Like one was part of her arm, and this one was the rest of her legs there. So I'm putting her in the middle because there's not much in the middle. I wanted to be able to see this pink and the 3 little dresses here, drawings of the dresses there. So that's why I want to put her right in the middle of all that. Make sure she's all glued down. And then we'll glue this on with some Fabri-Tac. And let's see. I think I'm just going to put this across where I want it. This has been working out good today, where I've been just putting a little bit of Fabri-Tac in a little stream, like across, or string across where I want it. And I haven't had any incidents where I've had too much oozing out. I'm going to try to stay with my good luck today. And so then I can put this down here. And hopefully I put it in the right spot. And there we go. Yeah. Yep. See, now it's all covered up. Yeah, that worked out well again. A little bit right there, but yeah, I was going to use this pink piece earlier, and it wasn't quite right as far as the length, so I couldn't. So I thought, well, maybe I can use it somewhere else, and here we go. So that looks good. And then this little tab I pulled out, this is a clothing tag that is from an infant wear. It says ENFANTS, so the French version. But I'm gonna put, my plan is to put one of these in one bag and then one in the other bag, so the tabs need to be on the opposite side. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one over here, and it's also pink, so we've got a lot of pink here. She's not pink, but everything else is pink. So I could sew this down. That's why I said I didn't know if I was going to do sewing, but I'll go ahead and glue it, and then if I want to sew it, I'll sew it later. But I don't know that it doesn't really need to be sewn, since I'm using Fabri-Tac. I'm going to go ahead and put some of that on each side here. Okay, and I'm going to try to put the infant. See, I think it's right side up on both sides. So I'm just going to put it right up here, at the top, and get it straight. Okay. And that is pretty, and you have a lot of writing space on the back here. Okay. That is good. Okay. All right, now this one, what I have planned is this is another pattern that I said I was going to use because that was a baby pattern and it had that brown stain on it, so I fussy cut all the little babies. And I've already used the other two, I believe. Yeah, you didn't see one because I decorated a pocket with one, and so I'm going to use this one. Can you see her? Isn't she cute, that little outfit? And the little straps, little sunsuit maybe it's called. It's got a little jacket and a little bonnet. So cute. So I thought I'd put her on here like that. Super cute. I know the other one I put on a pocket and it was like, oh, that's so cute. And it almost looks like it just reminded me of some images I've cut out of books, but I cut it out of a pattern, sewing pattern. So all right. So something to do with your sewing patterns that maybe you make some journals out of them, but maybe some of them are just not up to par as for a front cover. You can cut out the images and use the different parts like I have. I've used all the parts, and I used a flap for a decoration, and I just used all the parts, back, front, of the ones I cut up too. And if I'm not using them, I'll save them for another project. But this one here, I'm doing like this with this little girl. Just want to make sure she's all down, all her edges. Okay, I think she is. Okay. And then on this one, I thought I would use some of this lace as a tab. I haven't used any of this particular, it's a crochet lace, so I haven't used any of this in here yet. And I thought I'd either put it all down the side, or I could put a piece on the side. Trying to see here. Let me get my fabric scissors. And I think I'm gonna try to glue it down, and then if I feel like it's not glued good enough, I will then possibly put down. I think I'm just gonna use a little piece in the middle here. And I'm gonna cut it right here in between these two designs, right in the middle of those two. And if I feel like it's not glued down good enough, I'll sew it, but if I feel like it's solidly glued, I will not sew it probably. Probably, you never know, I might change my mind, but I think that'll be cute as a little tab to pull it out of the pocket. Okay, so some Fabri-Tac. And on this piece, since it's kind of, I don't want to put too long of a string here, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on here, right on this little edge, where if I were going to sew, I would sew on this edge right here. So I'm going to put the glue there. This is really pretty crochet lace. I'm going to just put it right in the middle here, right on that edge next to the pattern, on the pink part. And get it all straightened out. So fun, right? this one edge down here. I need to hold it down for a second, I think. Let it grab. Oh, see, it's trying to move around on me. Okay. Let me hold it down for a second here so it can start drying. The middle seems to be grabbing, but the ends want to kind of try to lift up there. So I need to hold those down for a minute while I put my lids on here. So yeah, I'm not sure when this will be done, but hopefully soon. I would like to finish it this week. So we'll see how that goes. All right, I might be sewing this down. We'll see if I feel like it's solid or not. All right, okay, yeah. Is it solid? That's the question. Yeah, it looks like it will be okay after it dries. I would like to possibly, let's see. I just want to rub it, rub it down into the glue a little bit, like this. With my fingers, I feel like I can't do that because they're getting stuck onto the lace. But with this doesn't get stuck really. So I feel like I can push down and rub it into the glue, so it absorbs into the lace and helps it to stick down. Yeah. All right, I think that's better. Yeah, that's even better. Now it's nice and flat. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see there, but yeah, nice and flat. And I still need to, I'm not going to pull on, it's still drying probably, but there we go. That is them. They are done. So I can put them in the journal. Let's see what they look like, how they fit in our little bag. Let's see. Let me show you that pocket where I put the other little girl. I think I have a minute to show you that. Let me find it. I've got several pockets here, and I don't know what signature I put her in. Where are you, little girl? If I can find her. Okay. Oh, here she is. Yeah, I put her right there. See, doesn't she look like I cut her from a book? She's holding a sand shovel, like she's playing in the sand. So that's super cute, right? I just put her right there. And then these are going to go in this bag. Let's see how they fit. So I pictured, I guess this one would go in the other one, and this one would go here. So go right like that. Yep, that fits. And then the other one would go like this. And it's nice that the tag, it's nice when the tabs stick out. So then you can grab that. You don't really even have to reach down into the bag. Just grab the little tab and pull it out. There we go. Let's see how it looks from here. There's the crochet lace tab. Get it down in there. And there's the little infant tag. There we go. And it adds to the fluffy. All right. So I need to get these signatures sewn in and finish decorating. I've got all my pockets done, and so I will be back. Probably the next thing will be a flip through. So I hope you enjoyed the update. And yeah, I got to finish decorating, adding whatever I'm going to add, and having all that fun. And I'll be back with you. Everybody have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Happy crafting.